All right, you guys want to see the weirdest trick ever? Here we go. Check this out. Bartolome number 2. We legend rule the first one out. And because we have the role model, we get to pass all those counters over here. Now the Anim is going to be getting 11 bodies. Or 12, actually. 12 bodies. And the Squire is going to get absolutely massive. So I don't know how they're going to come back from this. Oh my god, dude. The tricks that this deck has and the combos it can do are just... They're insane. They're insane. All right, before I start this deck breakdown, guys, I do want to give out the disclaimers. This deck list is very much a jank deck list that I built for purely my entertainment. So if you craft this one, do it at your own peril because it is weird. Did I get a lot of wins today? Sure, but I don't really believe in this deck wholeheartedly to be very, very good, but it can do some really crazy things. We are an Alesha deck, guys. This is a card I've been dying to build around and have never gotten a chance to, but this card basically reanimates really small creatures by, you know, every time we attack it has a raid ability to bring back a creature with mana value less than its power, and it gets 1/1 counters as it grows and attacks, which is really cool because it can reanimate really small 2-drops pretty consistently. So we are going to be starting things out with the Gorehound to hopefully, you know, surveil a bunch of creatures into the graveyard as we're attacking in so we can start reanimating as quick as possible. But we also have a 1/1 counters sort of theme going on here because Alesha grows with 1/1 counters. Our top end, we also have a Nim, which can get counters on it, which we can, you know, take advantage of as well. So we are going to have a role model in this deck. This card is kind of the key to kind of be silly. Like, this is the key to the kingdom to go absolutely nuts because it can pass its 1/1 counters and everyone else's 1/1 counters in between each other when they die, which is really important here because we've got things like the Squire, which can go crazy when the Anim is going off and spitting out tokens because it's going to just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And if it dies, we pass its 1/1 counters over. Inti can also discard cards from our hand to the graveyard to be reanimated later with Alesha, giving 1/1 counters to an attacker, and so on and so forth. Bartolome, instant speed sacrifice. We can sack any creatures we want, pass its counters to something else, and it also is going to be growing with 1/1 counters. And then lastly, we have the Ox, which is hopefully going to be able to sacrifice itself, protecting my entire field of creatures with 1/1 counters, giving it hexproof and indestructibility. And then we can just keep reanimating it with Alesha over and over and over, and hopefully they'll never be able to do anything because we've locked them out of the game if that happens. And then lastly, we're trying Smile at Death. Pre-recording, I got this down a couple of times. I think I only got it down once in the video, but when we get this down, people just concede. They don't even typically give us a chance, but it's a really good top end if you lose the Alesha or get it into the graveyard. And the Anim, you can just bring those back every single turn with Smile at Death as a top end. But super fun list, guys. A lot of weirdness and nuance to this one. I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. We're going to jump right into it and have some fun, guys. Peace. We have got such an interesting list for you guys today, and I feel really annoyed at myself for not recording the game we just played on the last one because it was amazing. We just beat Izzet Cutter in the most unique way. This deck has so many fun play lines that I just cannot wait to show you guys. Like, honestly, this deck has been one of my more fun decks to play. It is complicated, though, I will say. There are play lines that I'm sure I'm going to mess up and not optimize to their fullest. Keep drawing some lands here, which is really bad. Don't need any more lands than we already had to start. Up against Beanstalk, which means there might be some sweepers. Looks like they missed a land drop, though. Missed a land drop. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to start by attacking into the opponent here. We're going to actually drop off one of these lands because we don't need all of these. And we're going to get the counter. Nice. Gorehound is actually really good because now we can start filling up our graveyard a little bit. Let's go ahead and set up the indestructibility. No, not yet. We don't need it. There's no sweepers that we need to worry about except for temporary lockdown, which temporary lockdown, not exactly the scariest thing right now. I mean, it is annoying for sure, but I could blow it up with a get lost later. Filling up my graveyard. I've already got an Ox in there now. All right, now they're ramping. They went from having no mana to ramping. Nice. All right, let's just play Alesha here and start reanimating some of my stuff. Seems good to me. I really want to get this in though. That's always so much fun because it passes the 1/1 counters around. With the Bartolome, it gets really wild. But I guess first things first, I guess we'll drop it off and then reanimate it with Alessia. That seems pretty good. Drop it off. 1/1 counters. Let's spread the love a little bit here. All right, Alessia. I mean, we're gonna get hit with the sweeper here, aren't we? It feels like we're gonna get hit with the sweeper here, but I feel like we still have to try. And if we get this, we do win if they don't actually like engage with what we're doing here. This just feels like we're about to get got here with the sweeper. We'll see. Let's give indestructibility just in case. See what happens. Let's see what happens. We get around Day of Judgment. That's the thing, right? If they play Day of Judgment, we probably actually win the game. That's fine. That's totally fine. All right, that should do it. I think we can run them over here. Let me see. Let me see what we can pull off. It depends on how they block, I guess, but we can give trample. We can give trample to something with the Inti, and if I give trample to the Bartolome and I just stack it with sacking creatures here, that could be pretty good. I don't think that's what I want to do, though. I don't think that's enough. I guess we start, though, by attacking, right? Send everybody. Send everybody. We drop off probably the Squire because we can reanimate it for free. 1/1 counter and trample. Let's go ahead and attach that to Bartolome in case we want to get crazy here and do some weird stacking effects. I can't imagine they're going to even block Bartolome because it has the trample. Yeah, that makes sense. And then they block the 3/3. Hopefully the Inti. Okay, they do block the Inti. Okay. So we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. GG's. All right, we got him. We got him with a little bit of a tricky combat trick. I mean, we this is how we got the Izzet player as well with these cool little Bartolome combat tricks. But man, this deck has like so many interesting ways to play it and pull off wins. It's just I'm really happy about this one. Yeah, so in the first game that you guys didn't see, we were passing around our 1/1 counters with Bartolome, and we had a couple of those survival creatures down, and we ended up passing over like lifelink counters during the blocking step of an Izzet game, and we were able to block with 9 lifelink and then attack back into the opponent for lethal. It was beautiful. They thought they had lethal. It was amazing. All right, we got mono red. I've got Shelter by Ghost and Get Lost. I feel pretty good about this. I guess this could be Izzet as well. Well, you never know. I don't love that we only have Alessia here. Wish I would have gotten a creature there off the top. I thought we would, but that's okay. That's not sticking around. I do like how Alessia, though, puts 1/1 counters onto itself when it's attacking in. So that's going to be nice with the Sheltered by Ghost attached to it. We might just be able to win strictly off that and, you know, the lifelink. So we'll see. And I'll be able to give it indestructibility every single turn with the Ox, too. And it's a Nemesis, a perfect target for our Sheltered by Ghosts. Ooh, that'll be fun, but unfortunately we haven't even started filling up the graveyard, which bums me out because that would be a really fun card, man. We'll be taking that. Unfortunately, there's nothing to reanimate, which is kind of crazy at this point in the game. I kept a bad hand. That's on me, but still, it ended up working out for us, so. Smile at Death is a card that I've been wanting to build around for so long. That's kind of what inspired this deck here today, so pretty excited about that. Because if we get into some really late games here, this card is such an MVP. Land. Sending it, huh? Ooh, we got an Inti. That's gonna make things fun. All right, cool. That just changed the whole dynamic of this game. We're attacking in, we're dropping off this guy, reanimating it, hopefully getting a land here. Nice, we can do Smile at Death now going forward. We have Trample now, by the way. Feels bad. And we bring back the Ox here. Inti was so clutch there. All right, so now we can sacrifice the Ox every time to protect our Alesha, but it's not necessary just because they're mono red, so it's not like they're gonna have anything for it anyways. Sorry, my dog's getting scratching. All right, so they give this thing double strike, I'm assuming, right? So we'll probably just block with the Ox here and absorb the damage that they otherwise would deal, and we'll just reanimate it next turn. We can keep on doing that. It's really when it starts to get the trample with the monstrous rage that we got to worry, but with just double strike, we're not too concerned about it. We just chump block and bring it right back. Ooh, that's a fun card. I can't lie, I gotta play this. Oh man, I gotta play this. Yeah, send everybody. Send everybody. Drop off the Alesha here. What do we get off the top here? Let's put a 1/1 counter on Inti. That way it gets indestructibility and hexproof whenever we bring back the Ox. I mean, what do they even do about this? Like, they just let it get through? Okay, that makes sense. All right. Got the Ox back, which means I can sacrifice, protect the entire field, and next turn we swing through and there's nothing they can do. Absolutely decimated mono red with this one. Too much life gain, too many answers. And we had a really slow start too. To be fair, they had a pretty slow start as well. I mean, not really. They had a Swift Spear into a Challenger. That's not very slow, is it? And then right off after that, they Nemesis. Yeah, they actually had a really good curve. And we still pulled it out. Not just pulled it out, we destroyed them. I'm just waiting to see them like pump something crazy, fling it, and then win the game. Imagine. That would be insane. Monstrous Rage. There it is. They do it pre-combat though. That's 18 damage, which is absurd. They should have probably played that before they cast all those spells, huh? Hold on, Eggy, I'll let you out in just a second, girl. She's trying to get out of the room. We block, whoops. We block you, Taking 18. Taking a casual 18 here, no biggie. All right, and then they're just gonna take the damage here. We're gonna play this just for funsies, saying that we did it. We did it. Decline. G to the G's, my friend. That was a fun one. I love beating up on mono red whenever I can. All right, guys, I gotta let this dog out of this room. GG's. All right, and we're back. We get to go first. Hand looks very good. We've got the Inti with the Alesha. That's always a really good start because we can start dropping things off and reanimating. Let's see here. What should I do first? It's got to be the Inti first, right? There's really no way around it. And then hopefully we can find our black source. The Reluctant Role Model in hand too. I mean, this hand looks pure gasoline right now. I'm hoping we can pull this off, man, and make this work out, because this has the very, very big potential to be a really sick game. We're gonna need removal for that. There's no question. Don't think they're gonna want to trade with me here. If they do, I guess so be it. There's a chance I can play one of these if I don't get a land. All right, good. We get a Get Lost. That works fine. That does pass its 1/1 counters though, which is pretty rough. All right. That's okay. I mean, it's not ideal. The start is not ideal. We're just not getting any lands here. But if we can get a third land, even without Alesha, if it's a white or red land, we can go ahead and play a Nim. That'd be pretty good too. A lot of the problems I have with the Nim though in this deck, I love it. I think it's very much an important card for this deck for finishing power. But a lot of the times I'm wanting to play things post-combat, you know? Post-combat because we can reanimate or whatever. So it's just difficult to play that post-combat. You typically want to play it pre-combat to get the abilities triggered on it. All right, another Get Lost. I think I'm gonna pass on the Get Lost this time, and I'm gonna start trying to get the Reluctant Role Models counters going here, so I can get the life link and stuff like that to start building back. All right. Really need to get some help here though, man. Where's my lands? These guys always remind me, these little eyeballs right here remind me of the guys from Star Wars, those little guys on the desert planet. Got the same eyes. No, the channeler is on the field. Shoot. 2 Get Lost down. Not a problem if we find sheltered by ghosts, but okay, they take the role model, which is kind of strange because Inti's kind of going crazy right now. Yeah, we're in trouble. We just can't find anything because even if we get sheltered by ghosts now, it's like are we playing post combat a Nim possibly here? I mean, we might be. We might be. That's good. That's very good. Oh no, they're gonna block now though and just pass their counters over. That would be pretty smart. But then I would be left though with actually a I'd be left with this guy actually, which would be great. So yeah, that'd be a bad idea for them. I can't pay the ward though. That's a huge bummer. I can't pay the ward, so I'm gonna have to just do this and take this. I'm just gonna have to keep pace with them with the life gain. Yeah, that's tough. I could have got this back, but I don't think that's the play. All right, this is a tough game, man. We kind of, you know, we did our best here. We just never got the land. We got started way too late, and they got down a second Essence Channeler here, which is so brutal. This is very winnable though. It's for sure winnable. We just didn't get the right pieces. Did not get the right pieces. All right, they're gonna draw. Or no, they already did. Okay, well, let's do this. Drop the Ox. They probably chump block too to top it all off. That's GG's. There's nothing we can do. The Ox off the top there wasn't enough. We were hoping for like a swamp so I can get down Alesha, reanimate something, but it is what it is. That's a tough one. It happens. All right, man, that one hurt a little bit because I feel like that was extremely winnable. Yeah, I unfortunately just couldn't find the lands. I got the lands this time though, so we're looking really good with the mana here. And I've got Smile at Death, which could be really fun. I like Selesnya. The Selesnya matchup seems good for us. We'll see. Depends on what it is though. If it's Beanstalk, oh, it's Abzan, which means it's gonna probably be bouncing. Self-bounce, discard, that kind of thing, maybe. Maybe not. Wait a minute now. Momentum Breaker was really scaring me there, but now that I know that's not Momentum Breaker, I think we're gonna be chilling here with the Anim hitting the field and going wide. Not only that, we're passing our 1/1 counters around too if things start to die. Love that for us. All right, we'll start by getting a flying counter actually, because if they put out a blocker eventually, I want to make sure I'm able to continue attacking in with this, generating value. Because if I put a lifelink counter on it first, which is what I really want to do, and let's say they put out a big 3/3 or, you know, like just a body like a slasher or something, I'm going to be pretty upset that I'm not able to attack in. All right. Little 1/1, that's fine. I think we just attack and just call it a day here. I mean, we might just overrun them here with the Nim tokens. There's a really strong possibility the opponent's going to hit us with some sort of sweeper here. I really hope it's not I really hope it's not split up. Split up would be bad. Maybe I should, you know what, starting next turn, just to make sure I avoid something like that going forward, maybe I should leave back the anim. I don't know. Okay, they've got something here. Tear Asunder. Ooh. Okay, well, the counters are going to be, you know... Oh, no, it's not. It's getting exiled. Oh, Tear Asunder exiles. That's on me. Shoot. All right, well, I guess I just attacked then. Well, that's unfortunate. That's not what you want to see there. There's nothing to reanimate now. I was hoping to get a good Lesha hit there, but Tear Asunder actually exiles. So are we just straight up, like, Abzan control, maybe? Is it time for Day of Judgment already? I'm really happy I have this just in case. No, it's temporary lockdown. All right. All right, pal. I don't necessarily want to get those back. 3, 4. I guess I could just win here, couldn't I? Whenever it attacks, put a 1/1. Yeah, we win the game. Oh, wait, no, we don't because they're going to get the token. But then I get the token off the field with the second. Okay, we still win the game. All right. We win the game. GG's. I mean, it was a pretty boring game. I will say it was a really boring game, but a win is a win, right? And we'll take the 1/1 and we'll say GG's. All right. Almost missed lethal there. I almost didn't see that, so glad we got that through. I really want to get the Smile at Death down at one point in this next couple of games and show you guys how silly that is, but it's going to be tough with only 2 of, so. All right, we just played another game that you guys are not going to see, unfortunately, just because we got roped a lot. It was like a very boring, drawn-out game with a lot of editing that I was going to have to do, so I'm just going to cut the game out. We won. We're on the next rank, so if we lose this one, no harm, no foul, which is pretty sweet. The opponent on Orzhov. Okay, better than the Is It Cutter deck. That's what we just played against again, and we've been beating the Cutter deck quite a bit. This is unique though. They scried 1 to the top. All right, I think I like this the most. It's one of our more important spells to get down, so let's do that. I like the Gorehound on 1 too. That was really nice. All right, so next turn we've got an Alesha reanimating things already with the Squire. We love that. Looks like we're curving pretty nicely here. No attack though. No attack though. Okay, well, here's the thing, right? I could play Alesha here. I think that's the play. Get Alesha in. Gorehound attack, because if the Gorehound attacks, they're gonna have to double block it if they want to block it, and they're gonna lose the Innocence, which I don't think they're gonna want to do. So I don't think they're gonna want to. You know what? I'm gonna send both in. I got Alesha coming in. Why not? Why not? Let's do it. You want to trade the Prince? Let's trade the Prince. This is an interesting game for sure. I don't know what I'm gonna do here, but looks like they're not going to block, which is fantastic. Let's give this a flying counter first to make it elusive. Alesha comes down. That goes to the yard. And we'll take the cat. Boom! We're cooking, guys. We're cooking. That's really good. I kind of want that in my hand, but I don't have any lands on the way, so I need more lands if we're gonna resolve something like that. So it's got to go, unfortunately. Oh, tenacity. So we're trying to go infinite with the life gain stuff, huh? Well, I'd like to shut that down if possible with my Sheltered by Ghosts, which I probably should. But then I would only be able to play a Gorehound, which is, I still think, pretty good to double up the Gorehound. That'd be kind of crazy. We'll take that. Double Gorehound, going nuts here. Oh, this game's going really well for us now. All right, we send in you over the top. This is gonna have first strike with 3 power. We send that in as well. All right. I mean, I don't think it gets much better than this, because now we've got indestructibility at a drop of a hat here. Alesha can go. Okay, this is what I call firing on all cylinders. This is what we've been wanting, man. This is like the dream scenario. Our curve was just so good, and now we got double Gorehound, which is like kind of the engine of the deck, so we're flying, man. If only we had an Inti as well. A little bit of scrying, and then they oh, they're gonna exile that. Well, unfortunately for them, they're okay. There's the scry. I was gonna say, if they're gonna do that, can they exile my creature? Oh no, it's got to be one that they own. I was gonna say, if they did that though and blinked it, I would have just given it indestructibility and hexproof off of the Ox. And GG's, let's go. I would have liked to have seen that game play out a little bit more, but you know what? That was a really, really good win. Like clean win. All right, we got the opponent going first, but the hand looks fantastic. We're keeping it. Smile at Death is something I really want to resolve at one point in this video, man. Really want to get that down, but is what it is. We got the Gorehound into the Ox, hopefully setting up a good Alesha, curving in nicely. I'd like to get the Anim down and play in a little bit too, but it works best when we have the cat on too. The cat really gets going with the Anim. Boros, huh? What are we doing with Boros here? Do we have any burn spells? No? Okay. No burn spells. We love that. As much as I'd love to, you know, have this for this matchup, especially this matchup, I need a land. Otherwise, next turn we're doing nothing. And I don't think we can do nothing for next turn. Darn it, man. Missing a land drop and getting a second Smile at Death and a second Anim is kind of the worst possible scenario there. All right, that's pretty good. At least it's a playable spell. Gets me another Surveil here. Drop that off. Still looking for a land. I'm glad we threw away that Sheltered, but you know, I'd still really like to hit a land or maybe another Sheltered later in the game too, so we can have it, because I feel like with Boros they're definitely going to be doing stuff like Urbrask's Forge, sweepers, and all those sorts of things. I don't like this matchup for us, especially because they're doing nothing right now. All right, Inti, let's go. Save me, Inti, we need you. All right, counter on the Squire. Gorehound surveils. Please don't blow up the Inti. Really? They blow up the Inti? That's crazy. I mean, it's smart. It's 100% smart. They know what they're doing. I see what they're up to now, though, too. They're going to go turn 5 Infinite here. Wow. That's crazy. We missed the land again. Well, sometimes you just get, you know, mana screwed, and that's how it goes. Here we go. They go Infinite. Fun stuff. Finally understand what they were trying to play here. Dragonstorm. Dragonstorm number 2. I mean, if they keep hitting Dragonstorms, that's going to be nice. Sometimes they get really unlucky with these decks. Wow, another Dragonstorm. That's good. That's really good for us. That's really good for us, man. They missed out on all of their Planeswalkers that are going to be passively, you know, bleeding our health out. Oh my god, that was so good for us. Dude, we had such a bad game, but you know what? We didn't have as bad a game as them. That is awesome. I mean, we're still probably going to lose this just from sheer fact that they're going to get any Tali here in a second. But they have whiffed so unbelievably hard here. All right, they're gonna get their third or their last scroll shift here, which is gonna get them either a Itali or a Carnosaur, and only dealing me 2 damage. They could have gotten so much more off that. That is the price you pay sometimes when running a deck like this. You're gambling essentially. All right, here we go. Itali. Let me guess, you're gonna hit lands off the top of my deck. Okay, it's a creature. Good. I need that gone. I need a land. They just hit another Itali. Oh yeah, because that's all they would have, right? That makes sense. I guess this is still really bad, huh? Still really bad. If I can top deck a Sheltered by Ghost and get really lucky like that, that could be pretty insane. And a Carnosaur finally, which is gonna not find anything for them. And then they get my role model, sure. All right. Well, things just got weird and awkward. Yeah, we're cooked. We're cooked. I mean, that was about as bad as it could have gone for them, but we still end up losing this one for sure because we're on 2 lands still. I mean, what can you do when you're still on 2 land at this point? That's so unfair. Okay, I guess this might be our best bet to try to get this flying. Wait, it's gonna go to 3 and it's gonna go to 4. It's not enough to get through that. All right, good game. Good game. I mean, we gotta hang it up. That's so annoying, man. Why did we just not hit a 3rd land drop, man? That was so winnable. GG. All right, so we are back. A lot has happened. Obviously, my clothes and appearance probably has changed, and that's because I just got done actually at a graduation for my sister, who just graduated with her master's degree. I didn't realize the time and how short of time I had to get out of the house to get going there. And yeah, so now we're back. I jumped off the game real fast in a hurry, shaved, changed, went to the thing, came back, changed again, and now we're here. So I don't even really know where we left off, but I do know this is a really good hand. Okay, so they clearly have like it's a 1 mana interactive piece here or instant speed like opt. So that's either like an opt or it's like a bounce spell. Flood Maw. Yep. Okay, bounce spell. Do we want that land? I kind of do want that land actually, yes. Because I want to try to get to the Smile at Death here. And then a Sleight of Hand. So we see a Flood Maw and a Sleight of Hand. This feels like Is It Cutter, but yes, it is. I don't mind Is It Cutter just because we have the Sheltered by Ghosts. So I will take it. All right, and we are going to surveil. Hopefully something useful to the graveyard. That can go to the graveyard. Let's see. We're gonna attack and we'll probably discard the Squire. Do we want to do that though? Because it's gonna allow me to surveil again. I think I'll discard this. And we get another land. Okay, that works. That's fine. That's fine. At least it's something I can play onto the battlefield right now. Man, we got to stop drawing lands. I mean, as many creature spells as we have in this deck, it's wild that sometimes the Gorehound and the Inti can't seem to find good tools to just throw into the graveyard. All right, we for sure have to play Sheltered by Ghost. There's no way around it. If they don't play a second spell here to activate that, ooh, yes, okay. This for sure has to come down, but then again, they could have another Flood Maw. That's the problem, right? If they have another Flood Maw, we're kind of cooked here. Man, I am so scared of the Flood Maw right now. I guess we'll play this. Yeah, they've got to have it. It's either that or an opt, right? And I can't really pretend they just don't have a Flood Maw here. All right. And it's another land. I love that these gnomes are going to be triggering the Gorehound. That's really nice. And let's see what we get here. If it's another land, that would be kind of nice. Nope, it's one of our more important cards that's going to get exiled. Nice. Okay, that is just the luck I've been having today, huh? That's some bad luck right there. I'd love to just Shelter by Ghosts here, but the problem is the Flood Maw, man. I just don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, why are they not playing another spell here to activate these cutters? It makes no sense to me. Oh, it's a Monstrous Rage. So you're telling me they don't have a Flood Maw then this entire time. Nice. I was scared for nothing. Alesha, that is so good. Okay, well, let's see if I can hit a land drop here and drop the Alesha and play this. I don't know. Is that the plan? Is that really the plan? I am gonna attack. What do I do here? I mean, we're so far ahead, it's not even funny, but we need that land. So we for sure have the land then. That's good. We guaranteed the land hit, so I guess let's drop Alesha. Let's have some fun, man. Let's play the Smile at Death. This is gonna be a fun time. They say nice, but I mean, we really haven't even started the combos yet. We're just kind of playing each creature as it comes, but dude, we've just filled up the graveyard with some really big hitters, and we've got Smile at Death next turn. It's gonna be so much fun. I do need them to declare blockers here so we can get moving. All right, they do decide to make some blocks, which is important. Oh, okay. Gonna try to just take out the Inti here. Pretty interesting tactic, going down to 1. We're gonna get the Inti back though, so that's nice. Yeah, that they might concede before we're able to even do a Smile at Death trigger here, which is unfortunate because I cannot wait to show you guys how ridiculous that is with the Alesha. We're gonna reanimate pretty much our entire graveyard next turn, because we're gonna get back the Alesha and a Squire, and then the Inti will come off the Alesha. It's gonna be nice. Monstrous Rage. Creating more tokens. They gotta close the game out here or they lose. Another Monstrous Rage. Not enough. Just not enough. It's a lot of damage, don't get me wrong. 16. Very close. Very, very close. Oh, they don't let us do the Smile at Death thing. Dang it, dude. That would have been fun. That would have been fun. All right, we got the opponent going first this time. I do have a pretty good starting hand, though, so we'll definitely keep this. Don't have the turn 1, unfortunately. The Gorehound on 1 is like such a game changer for us. If we do have it in the opener, it's just so nice because it starts filling the graveyard immediately. But all right, so we got a role model plus a Bartolome. Now that typically will get us going pretty heavy here with the life gain. So will that. That will also help. That is going to be pretty big time for us. Are we gonna do the whole pump it and then sack it and then, you know, manifest dread? Maybe. Yep, we sure are. Hit us for 6, drop another 6 on us, and then get a manifest dread token, which is kind of crazy because we are only on turn 1 on our side, which means, I mean, we dropped 1 tap land, and what are we at right now? We're at 8. 1 tap land, and we're at 8. Yeah, I'm definitely going Inti here so I can go sheltered onto it and then it can just grow every single turn. It's frustrating. It's frustrating when they've got curves like that, man. It's wild. All right, that's going to be the target. Felonious Rage is going to turn it into a 4-2 with haste. 5-6. I'm down to 2. Down to 2. Shelter by Ghost, we'll take you. Attack in. We're gonna gain 4 this time. All right, that's a nice card to have. Unfortunately, can't have it. So next turn I attack in. I drop off a role model. Play the Alesha, reanimate the role model. If I get another turn, that is. The opponent's gonna probably pump and fling this thing at my face. Or just that. I mean, you can't beat that. You can't beat that. It's just too good, too fast. I mean, we could have beaten it. If we had gone first, for sure we could have beaten it. But going second against that, we play 1 land and we're down to 8. Like, come on now. It's not even fair. All right, we're going to see if we can get 1 more game in here. I think it's possible. We've got a few more minutes to spare on this video. I'm hoping we can get a really good combo going here. We do have Bartolome plus the Ox, which is going to give me like a infinite loop of indestructibility and hexproof if I can just find a way to reanimate it from the graveyard, we're gonna be looking really good. This is gonna be a kind of nice little curve here. The opponent on green. Okay, so we're definitely gonna get off to a good start here. Play out the Anim, swing in with Bartolome. Damage is done, and then we'll end the turn. We'll sacrifice the gnome token to get a counter onto the Bartolome. Come on, give me the Alesha one time for me, man. Give me the Alesha. This is a dream matchup right now. Absolute dream. All right, we're in for 9. Opponent's in trouble. Opponent is in trouble. Too strong, too fast. GG's. Yeah, that was a quick one. That was a really quick one. Maybe we'll play another one. Who knows? That was fun. All right, we got the opponent going first. We have an interesting hand here. I mean, I don't think I can pass it up really because I've got the role model, which, you know, gives me that life gain needed if we're under a quick duress against red like before. But it looks like we're against mono white. Wow, interesting. Okay. Very interesting. All right, I am going to go role model here. I'd like to get the Squire down if I was guaranteed to have the Anim down next turn, but there's no guarantee I find a third land drop here. So gonna just play the role model and get that rolling here, except for the fact the opponent has 2 creatures I can't attack through right now. So that's a bummer. Guess we play the Squire. It's all we really got here. I could play Sheltered by Ghost, but then I couldn't attack anyway, so doesn't really matter. And we're cycling. Okay, what does this guy do exactly? Vigilance, put a 1/1 counter on target assembly worker you control. Okay. Why did they not do that? Oh, it costs 1. Oh, nice. They get 2 copies of that too because it got discovered to the battlefield. That's pretty sweet. I'm a fan of whatever that was. That's cool. Well, this is unfortunate. A third Bartolome before a third land drop is always fun to see. And they're in for another 2, 4, 6, 8 damage. Nice. That's half my life. And there's our third land drop we're looking for here. If we go with the Anim and we attack in, we're gonna get bigger, that's for sure. Definitely gonna get much bigger. And turn that into a 3/3. I need a flying blocker, right? So I think we send in this guy because he turns into a 3-powered creature. And then he passes his counters onto something else. Yeah, that's good. We'll pass his counters onto the Anim. Yes, that's actually a really, really good play, I think. Okay, we might be okay. We might actually be back into this game. Because we take out one of their blockers here because we know they're going to double or, you know, try to take out the Squire, it feels like. Yeah, they do. They try to double block the Squire and we take out one of their assembly workers. Maybe, I mean, they probably, okay, I guess they made it, maybe they could have double blocked the Squire and then pumped up each other with 1/1 counters too. That was always something that's possible. All right, it does seem like we're gonna survive this turn. At the beginning of combat end of turn, another target creature gets 1/0 until end of turn. That's fine. That's a-okay. Just 4, we'll take it. Believe it or not, that's not too bad. That is not too bad. I have an idea. What if I do this? And what if I take, I don't want to take you actually, a 7/6 trampler. But if they blow this up, they get that back, which is pretty scary. Yeah, it's pretty scary. I think I take the token. Just that way, if they ever kill my Squire, they get nothing back in return. And then we'll play this. We'll take 1 damage, but it is going to pump my Squires up by 1, which is awesome. Okay. And then we swing through, of course, with the Squire. What if we... Dude, we could do something really interesting here. What if we stack this, give the counters to this so it spits out that many more tokens, this gets that much bigger, and I gain life. Let's do it. Let's do it. We sack this. Then we attack him with this. The Anim gets massive, giving me a much bigger Squire. Then we gain 11. I'd say that's pretty good. I'd say that's pretty good. Not too shabby, man. Not too shabby. All right, now peep this. Peep this. Right? This is pretty cool, right? This is pretty cool. Dude, this little combination's kind of nice, I'm not gonna lie. All right, we got an 8/7 now that can block really well against the Carnosaur. Oh my god, this is actually so good. Holy cow, dude. What? These are some sick combos right here, man. The Bartolome takes this deck to a whole nother level, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man. That was fun. That was cool. That was very, very cool. I thought this was going to be a pure cycling deck early on because of this, and I thought it was going to reanimate all the vehicles, but that was not the case. Dude, the Reluctant Role Model being able to pass these 1/1 counters in between each other is nuts. Do you guys want to see something even cooler next turn? I'm going to play another Bartolome to Legend Rule the other one out, and then pass its counters. Pass its counters, to the Anim. It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be nuts. Carnosaur, all right. This is about to be a pop-off moment. This is gonna be crazy. I guess it's kind of a pop-off moment for them too, but it doesn't really matter. They're not gonna be able to stop what we're about to do. This could be crazy. All right, you guys want to see the weirdest trick ever? Here we go. Check this out. Bartolome number 2. We Legend Rule the first one out. And because we have the role model, we get to pass all those counters over here. Now the Anim is going to be getting 11 bodies. Or 12, actually. 12 bodies. And the Squire is going to get absolutely massive. So I don't know how they're going to come back from this. Oh my god, dude. The tricks that this deck has and the combos it can do are just... They're insane. They're insane. Yep, opponent's making all the blocks. All the blocks they can. We're gonna sacrifice all these tokens. Win, lose, or draw on this one. This was definitely a fun game, I'll tell you that much. I wish I could Bartolome and then just like click a bunch of tokens and sacrifice them all at once, but I have to do it one by one, which is a bummer. All right. I appreciate them doing that so they don't hold the priority anymore. And I have to do this, unfortunately, which does take a long time, but it's very imperative that I do it this way so I can keep getting bigger and properly defending myself and whatnot. All right, we can do this again after the damage has been resolved. And I can do this again, guys. I can Bartolome next turn as well. I could do it right now, even if I wanted to, but I'm going to wait. But I could pass off the 12 counters to the Anim and then have the Sky Knight just go through the moon here. All right, they get a land. That's really good for us. What a game, dude. What an absolute game that was. Wow, that was fun. That was really fun.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Swayze, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. With the upload, man. Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap, yeah.